Hello, YouTube. So, right out of the gates, I want to humbly thank you for checking out my brand new YouTube channel centered around United States politics. I want to be upfront here. I do not know how to edit videos. You're not going to get high quality, well published, professional videos like you would get from other people on this platform. Any following I amass will simply be used to get higher profile names to come and debate with me, but also get more eyes on some of the content I wish to produce. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I really feel like some of the things that I want to do moving forward, which are somewhat ambitious, would be better served to have more eyes on them. Now, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind making some side cash, but I am a college graduate with a pretty solid job, so if YouTube does not work out for me, I'm going to be just fine. My main goal here is to preserve my integrity through this process. So I want to push forward a discussion on politics. And again, some of these ideas are a little ambitious, but I want to theory craft and crowdsource policy ideas, and some of them have not been entered into the ether prior. I have a few ideas written down and in my head that I feel like could make sense for all sorts of different groups to adopt, or at least think along the same lines of, and I feel the more input and discussion I have around these, the more refined the end result of my policy would be. And maybe one day, again, super ambitious, I could actually turn some of these ideas into a written document that could be applied as a law in some local, state, or federal way. But again, this is really dreaming for a future that has a very low success rate to get to. It's just my ambition versus reality. I also would love to get into the debate corners of YouTube. I love debating, love politics, I love sharpening my sword, and I don't know a single person in real life that is even close to as passionate about these topics as I am. I would absolutely love to find other YouTubers with 1 to 10 million subscribers that are as good faith and passionate about these things. It really is the goal to find a circle of online friends that I can jive with on these particular things, even if we don't agree at all. So I see this step here as the next in part of my self-improvement quest. In my normal life, I have gotten good at all the tasks that I do and all my daily requirements, as well as I don't really get angry anymore. I'm essentially the master of my tiny little bubble, and I could stay that way and be perfectly happy for the rest of my life, but that just seems like that's the end of my quest, and I don't want it to be. I want to pop that bubble. I want to test my temperament and see if I can hold up in a debate where someone's actively trying to prove me wrong and use maybe some underhanded sophist tactics to throw me off my game. I want to see if my temperament can withstand somebody that's as passionate as I am on these exact same subjects. And I'm not here for the fame, but I have some channels that I watch that I would be maybe even starstruck, but super happy to sit down with some of these people. I'm a big fan of Actual Justice Warrior and Destiny, for instance, and there's a long list of names on that list, but that just gives you two people that are decently good faith from both sides of the spectrum that I would be honored to sit down with one day if ever I get that opportunity. My idea is a good time is to sit down and research for 2 or 3 days and refine my argument and try to find all the air holes and push them out, test my recall ability, test my abilities to research and weave together this well-crafted debate and put it against somebody who is battle-tested and see if they can rebut it, withstand it, or even if I can potentially change their mind would be the best case scenario. That would be, in my opinion, what a win is in a debate. Not who got the most owns, but if you were able to change the other person's mind sitting across from you. That's an actual win. So that's just my opinion, though. I'll have contact information for anyone that wants to debate with me. There is no requirement for you to have a YouTube channel, for you to have followers. I am purely here for the fun of the debate. What I do require is that you are a good faith actor, that you're not going to push lies and intentionally misinterpret people and, all the different fallacies and underhanded tactics people can use in conversation. And I also am human. I will not pretend as though I'm above these things. I want to be called to task if I'm guilty of them as well. But that's my requirement, is somebody at least trying to demonstrate good faith. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. I don't want you to have to go through the same process I'm going through now in order to have your voice heard. You could have 0 followers and just a strong view on an opinion, and that's enough, and I will debate you on it as long as, again, good faith, friendly, can admit when you're wrong. To me, some of the most respectable qualities are somebody who can advance a policy, push forward what they want, but also admit that there are downsides to everything. Here's a long list of the downsides to the policy I'm pushing forward, and we're aware of them, and we're going to take steps to mitigate some of them, but here they are, and here's me being honest and laying it all on the table. If somebody says that to me and they're truthful, I respect them more than almost anybody I'll ever encounter, and I try to be that person myself. So, again, hold me to task. If I'm not holding up to the standards I hold other to, tell me. So, again, going back to the 2 things I really want to build here, I want to open source policy. So I'm going to have a playlist where I push out a couple of unique policy ideas that I've thought of myself, some of which I've heard, and I want to get the debate on those started. I want rebuttals. I want people trying to advance these things. I want people to take them and use them in bad faith examples to show me the potential downsides if a slippery slope ever were to occur. I want all of this information to be front and center so that one day, again, maybe we can sit down and actually draft up real legislation that could have a chance to potentially pass somewhere in government. I also want to start another series, and this series is going to be hard political questions, most of which I've thought of myself, but others I will admit that I've taken them from other places. There's a lot of questions out there that you may think you already have the answer to, and you just haven't heard out the other side. So I want to put those out there and see maybe if I can get people to play devil's advocate and steel man the argument that they normally are against, just to help and give them a better understanding of it, to close the perception gap a little bit as well with the youth on YouTube. I really feel like there's some good things that could come from this. And again, I'm trying to keep my integrity intact while also keeping true to my ambition. I don't want this to compromise the person I am. There is still growth in my future, but I feel the version of me right now is about as close to my final form as somebody in their 30s can be. And I like who I am. I've finally grown into somebody I'm proud of, so I do not want to damage that. And that's, again, keeping integrity intact and good faith intact is my number 1 priority. So I hope you like what I'm putting out here. I hope you enjoy everything. I hope you leave a subscription. I hope you like all the videos. I hope you turn on the alarm. But really, it's all up to you if you want to. Either way, if you don't, no hard feelings. I completely understand. I've been on YouTube myself. I understand how it is. So all that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day and hope to see you again. If you'd like to debate or discuss or anything, I'll eventually, when I feel comfortable with my contact information being isolated enough from my real life to where I have anonymity on the internet, I'll start putting all that out there. Otherwise, you can just send me a DM. So thank you for your time if you've made it this far, and have a great rest of your day.